setting sun. Foul abominations gnaw at our mother's roots. Consume with endless hunger. But just as one season brings death, a new shall bring life. Come, my children, and deliver nature's glory!
So that was the trailer for the new Wood Elf DLC for Warhammer 2, The Twisted and the Twilight, that's out on December 3rd. But I can now reveal that I'll have early access from the 25th of November, so next Wednesday is when I'll be able to start my new Warhammer 2 Let's Plays. Been waiting absolutely ages for this DLC, been holding off starting new Warhammer campaigns, but finally the content drought is over. Let's dive on in to some new Warhammer series. So on the 25th, I'll be releasing the first part of my new Wood Elf Sisters of Twilight Vortex campaign. That will be a dedicated YouTube series that will get regular uploads 3 times a week here on the channel. As I said, just a YouTube series. And then on the 26th, I'll be doing a 3-hour Twitch live stream of a Throt the Unclean campaign, which I'll also be recording and uploading 3 times a week in hour-long episodes here on YouTube too. So that way we've got a dedicated YouTube campaign and a Twitch YouTube hybrid campaign like I've done in the past. Now for that Throt the Unclean campaign, I haven't decided if I'm going to do a Vortex campaign or a Mortal Empires campaign, so I'm leaving it up to you guys. You guys can vote via the community tab. There's a poll there right now. There's a link to it in the description, pinned to the top of the comment section. Go and vote for that Throt the Unclean campaign, whether you want it to be on the Vortex map or the Mortal Empires map. Planning to do both campaigns on very hard difficulty. That's what I prefer playing at. And in terms of upload schedule, from the following week, the sort of first week of December, I'll be uploading the Sisters of Twilight, the Wood Elf campaign every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the Throt the Unclean series will be uploaded on YouTube after I've streamed it every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and that'll be alongside my existing series like the High Elf Third Age Divide and Conquer series. As for my Troy series Achilles, I'm probably going to put that on pause for a bit while I focus on the new Wood Elf and obviously Skaven content. I might well bring it back and finish it off in a live stream. We might just wait until we finish some stuff and then finish that campaign off, but I'm going to pause that one because I've been really looking forward to diving back into Warhammer for quite some time. We've been waiting for this DLC for a long time. There's been whisperings of when it might be. I'm assuming that COVID probably delayed its release a fair bit. But we're quickly going to dive into the FAQ that's been released with this to give you guys a bit of a heads up of what you might expect from the new content in the Twisted and the Twilight DLC. You can obviously read it all via links in the description as well if you want to. But yeah, Twisted and the Twilight, sort of the main points here. You've got 2 unique legendary lords leading their own factions. Throt the Unclean, Master Mutator of Clan Moulder, one of the 9 lords of the Hell Pit. And then you've got the Sisters of Twilight, Nestra and Arahan, emissaries of Queen Ariel. You've got powerful new units and heroes for both Skaven and the Wood Elves, including Brood Horrors, Mutant Rat Ogres, Pack Masters, Wolf Rats, and the terrifying Grotich for the Skaven. You've got Zotes, Great Stag Knights, Blade Singers, Spellweavers, and Queen Ariel of Athaloran herself for the Wood Elves. And there's also an Old World update that's free for everyone that'll come alongside a big old patch with this DLC. I'm not going to talk about the free kind of content in this video. I'll probably cover that in another video in the next few days. So yeah, as I said, the DLC's out on the 3rd of December. I've got early access from the 25th. Big thanks to Creative Assembly for that. In terms of discounts, normally I'll have a discount from Games Planet. I haven't had anything through just yet because it's obviously just been announced, but I will update you guys when Games Planet are providing a discount. By default, it's got 10% off if you pre-purchase the DLC via Steam, but likely from Games Planet I'll have a code that will probably give you guys somewhere between 15 to 17% off. So if you want to wait a few days for that and help support the channel at the same time, then feel free to do so. It says you need to start a new campaign. Obviously, yeah, for all the changes, you'll want to start a new campaign to use the new lords. Mods obviously may well break when this comes out, so you might need to wait a little while for mods to update some of these sort of more overhaul types, but basic mods should be fine. Will the new legendary lords be available in both either Vortex and Mortal Empires? Yep, they're going to be available in Vortex and Mortal Empires. I want to do the sisters on that Vortex campaign, as I've already said, because they've got quite a unique narrative. For Throt, from what I can tell, I think it's, you know, that he's got access to kind of all his new toys and features on both campaigns. So as I said, it's up to you guys to vote via that community tab poll whether you want it to be a Vortex campaign for Throt the Unclean or a Mortal Empires campaign. Obviously, if you want it to be a slightly shorter campaign, then vote for a Vortex campaign. If you want it to be a longer campaign for Throt, then vote for Mortal Empires. There's new units, as I've already mentioned, for the Skaven. It's the Gorich, the Brood Horrors, Mutant Rat Ogres, Packmasters, and Wolf Rats. For the Wood Elves, you've got Ariel herself, you've got Zotes, you've got Great Stag Knights, Blade Singers, and Spellweavers. Not actually seen the patch notes yet for the Old World update for the Wood Elves themselves, but I imagine most of the existing Wood Elf units will have been tweaked and have their stats sort of rebalanced as well. So probably plenty of new stuff to play with, even with the existing units that are already in the game. So let's quickly look at the new mechanics for Throt and the Sisters of Twilight. For Throt, you've got access to the Flesh Laboratory. When playing as Throt the Unclean, you'll gain access to his personal Flesh Laboratory. Here you can grow new monsters or augment existing ones to create new horrific abominations. You can shape and customize your units with augments that can be stacked to create different combinations of effects. Augmenting a unit too much can make them unstable and lead them to slowly mutate, gaining negative traits. Units can be recycled for raw materials, so even defective units still have a purpose. Recycled units can also be replaced by monsters grown in the growth vat. And the more growth juice in the growth vat, the better the quality of monster that comes out. Growth juice. Ew. New mechanics for the Sisters of Twilight. They've got access to the Forge of Daith. During a Sisters of Twilight campaign, the Sisters will gain a series of incidents and dilemmas that will grant them access to unique items crafted by Daith, the Master Smith of Vol's Anvil. These dilemmas will enable the creation of new items or the upgrade of existing items made by Daith. In terms of free content being released alongside the DLC, there'll be the release of the Skaven Chieftain Legendary Hero and the Malevolent Legendary Lord Drycha. More information on both of those apparently is going to be released very soon. That's all we've got on that at the moment. In terms of what to expect from the Old World update, the overhaul for the Wood Elves that's coming free in that big old patch alongside this DLC, some of the things to expect: changes to the Wood Elves themselves, Amber and technology rework. Amber is no longer required for units or buildings, and all technologies that previously cost Amber have had the cost removed and been reworked. 8 new technologies have been added. These are the only things that will now cost Amber. Amber is no longer gained from controlling territory and is instead awarded for healing forests. That brings us to the next kind of big new overhaul and new feature for the Wood Elves, healing the forests. In Mortal Empires, the Wood Elves still need to heal Athel Loren and restore the Oak of Ages. However, to do so, they now need to travel the world and heal special forest regions spread around the map. Each healed forest will provide unique bonuses. A forest's health can be built up over time through various actions, such as by securing its borders and building certain buildings. Once sufficiently restored, a ritual can be performed to permanently heal the forest. Every forest also has unique forest encounters, interactable markers that provide narrative choices and let the player shape how they heal the forest. As part of this system, new regions have been added to the campaign, 4 to the Mortal Empires map and 2 to the Vortex map, giving the Wood Elves a presence on every part of the map. We've also got Traveling the Deep Routes. Wood Elves can now instantly transport their armies between forest regions using the new Travel Deep Routes ability, but this ability comes with a cooldown, and I guess we'll get to see that in action very soon. That's pretty much all the FAQs sort of information's got to give us at the moment. That's all I'm allowed to share right now. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Plenty of new Warhammer content. I'm so excited for this. I've been looking forward to doing some new Warhammer series for quite a long time, but I wanted to hold off starting a new campaign until this update and this DLC all came out. So those of you might be thinking, Lionheart, you were mentioning a while ago a Greenskin Mortal Empires campaign. Is that still on the cards? Is that going to happen? Short answer, yes, I'm still very much planning to do a Greenskin Mortal Empires campaign here on the channel. Probably just won't get around to starting that until after I finished the Sisters of Twilight and the Throt the Unclean campaigns that I've mentioned here today. But that is very much still on the cards, something I want to do down the line. I mean, there's still plenty of Legendary Lords I want to cover. Obviously, we'll probably want to revisit the Wood Elves on the Mortal Empires map at some point in the future as well. Anyway, I think that's all the information I've got to share with you guys for today. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already so that you don't miss those new campaigns, starting with the Sisters of Twilight campaign on the 25th, and then a 3-hour Twitch live stream of the Throt the Unclean campaign on the 26th, which I'll record at the same time and aim to upload either later on the 26th itself or on the 27th. Don't forget to go and vote on the community tab poll for whether you want the Throt the Unclean campaign to be Vortex or Mortal Empires. So yeah, make sure you go and do that. Kind of little side note here, Western Roman Empire campaign that I've been teasing for quite some time will be starting probably the first week of December, probably towards the end of that week. I'll be rolling that series in as well. So if all this Warhammer stuff is just like, it sounds cool, but it's just not for me, when some more historical Total War stuff coming, new Western Roman Empire campaign for Total War Attila will start probably the end of that first week of December. So probably around about the 4th or 5th of December. Keep your eyes peeled for that series as well. I'll update you guys as soon as I have that Games Planet discount code for you guys to get even more discount on the Twisted and Twilight DLC. Other than that, though, that's all I've got to say for now. Let me know down in the comment section which of these two new campaigns you're most looking forward to for Warhammer 2, Sisters of Twilight or Throt the Unclean. Look forward to seeing your comments, and obviously let me know who you're going to play as first as well. Until the next one, hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride in John the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, Games Planet and Overclockers UK. Till the next one, ciao for now.